Texas League Baseball is next. And happy Wednesday, everybody. We welcome you to Texas League Baseball. And now here is the voice of your San Antonio Missions and Texas League Baseball, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a happy Wednesday afternoon, everybody, as we get set to go. It is game 2 and 6 against the San Antonio Missions taking on the Tulsa Drillers. I've got to say today, going to be another great day of baseball. As of yesterday, the Missions fell to a 5-1 loss against the Drillers. And so far today, another great day to see who's going to win this one. Well, our ball clubs this afternoon, Arkansas and Wichita going right now. Frisco and Corpus Christi. San Antonio and Tulsa set to go in just a few moments. And then we got the 4:45 first pitch in Northwest Arkansas versing off the Springfield Cardinals. Amarillo and Midland will go 6:30 tonight as they get ready for their second of 6 between the Sod Poodles and Midland. Well, anyway, today it's a partly cloudy Wednesday afternoon, temperature at 69 degrees. There is a light to mid breeze coming from center field, and so far going to be a pretty good one. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner and friend Bob. How are you doing this fine Wednesday? Doing good, John. How are you? Well, I got to say today is going to be another good day as we get ready to take on the San Antonio Missions. And so far, going to be a nice sunny afternoon. The sun and clouds mixed and temperatures nice and mild. I got to say, this is a swing in a hammock kind of weather. More like take a nap in a hammock. Yeah, that too. But anyway, got to say, as we get going here today for our noon, 12 o'clock game, got to say it's going to be a pretty good one thus far. Well, anyway, we got our ball clubs. Corpus Christi and Frisco are starting to go right now. Arkansas and Wichita going for a morning game. And so far, just an hour is Arkansas. They started their game against Wichita at 11:05. Frisco and Corpus Christi at 11:35 with the gates opening at 10 o'clock for them. And then here in Tulsa, the gates open 11:05. The first pitch just moments away from starting up. Springfield and Northwest Arkansas go 4:45 with games 1 with the 7 innings and a 30-minute rest period in between games 1 and 2. Amarillo and Midland scheduled at 6:30 tonight there in Franco Park. And so far, going to be a pretty good one. Well, anyway, got to say, if we're just about set to go for baseball here this fine afternoon, we are definitely about ready to go as we get things ready for game 2 of the 6-game set. We got our proud sponsors tuning in, our fans there in San Antonio and Nelson Wolff Stadium. We welcome everybody as they get ready to go for another great day worth of baseball. And yes, they're watching us here on the big screen. And we got to welcome everybody as, tickets on sale at Nelson Wolff Stadium to watch the game on the field. And, well, so far, hopefully fans will be careful as the day goes on because San Antonio could have a spotty shower or thunderstorm later on today. And so far, for a Wednesday afternoon, it seems to be pretty good as we get going. The clouds are about 30 to 40% sticking around with us as we get going here today. And so far, pretty good. As I said before, Bob, game one was the Drillers 5 and San Antonio 1. And I got to say, the Drillers doing pretty good. This is their 15th win of the season. They are 15-7, and San Antonio at 10-12 as we get going. Yeah, I got to say, John, they are going pretty well as getting going for that game. And so far, it was a pretty good one. Getting going for pretty much the Drillers. But anywho, it was a pretty good one. Well, anyways, you could tell that last night the Arkansas Travelers will push the Northwest Arkansas Naturals down to 4th place as they took the win against Wichita. And now the win surge now 12-10, Arkansas at 11 even in win and record count. And so far, pretty good on that as well. Anyway, pretty good night last night for the Travelers and Wind Surge and the Hooks and Frisco Rough Riders as they got going on in that ballpark. Anyway, it's going to be a pretty good afternoon for the Rough Riders and Corpus Christi tomorrow. And, well, for today, I would say, we haven't even started the afternoon with them, but evidently it is going to be a pretty good day for the Frisco Rough Riders and Corpus Christi Hooks. Well, they're doing pretty good. They just got to keep up momentum, and so far, let's hope today they'll get her going. Anyway, we're going to take you down on the field on this Wednesday afternoon here at the ballpark as we'll bring you the first pitch coming up. And what the heck is going on? Yeah, so far, just hang on just a second. But yeah, we are back now. We do apologize for any inconvenience that there was. Yeah, well, do apologize for the inconvenience as we were having a little slight delay with the camera, but most evidently things are back up and, well, doing the little updates and stuff. But anyway, yeah, let's get off to the downstairs as we present you today's game here this afternoon. And so far, pretty good. You know, we do apologize for that little hiccup right there, but I assure you things are getting good as we get ready to go. Anyway, a left-hander, Luke Fox, is getting the mound for Game 2 of this 6-game series. And so far, what do we know, Bob? Gotta say, a 96 on a four-seam fastball. He is ready to get things going here this fine afternoon.
Leading off here this afternoon.
Shortstop is Francisco Acuna as he'll lead it off for San Antonio here this afternoon. Sun and clouds mixed. Got a pretty good little bit of sunshine as the clouds go by, and the first pitch in for a strike as the count now 0-1, and we are underway here this afternoon. No balls, one strike, and the pitch, and that is going to be crushed deep to left field, high in the air, and that's going to get down for a line drive. That's a base hit straight away up to second. And that is a leadoff double by Francisco Acuna. Man, that is a pretty good line drive right there, John. Gotta say, he did pretty good just getting things going. That is for sure. He was head first right to the bag as he beat the throw to second, and that was a pretty good thing that he did. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. And the pitch is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Kind of treat a day like this like a Sunday afternoon. What do you think, Bob? Yep. But, it's a Wednesday afternoon. San Antonio and Tulsa going at it. Frisco and Corpus Christi going at their ball game. Arkansas and Wichita getting going. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield, 4:45 here today. And gotta say, pretty good as they start their 7-inning game and 30 minutes in between and so on. That is for sure. Line drive, base hit, and here comes the runner and is in to score. And San Antonio taking the lead. It's now 1-0.
Batting third, catcher, number 90.
Well, that'll bring up the catcher, number 90, Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, ready to go. Here's a pitch to him, and that's outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. That's an RBI single, and San Antonio gets up early in front by 1-0. Gotta absolutely love the momentum the San Antonio Missions gives, and so far it's always a good thing to see the Padres affiliate team of the Alamo City get going. Yeah, that's for sure. Our hometown, San Antonio, is getting pretty good. Every single win and loss, they get pretty good. Ethan Salas coming in, and we'll take that one in for the ball. The count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count, and the pitch is in for a strike. The count now 2-2. 35 to 40% of the sky filled with clouds. Could be a great day for baseball. That's a line drive straightaway up to second to shortstop for 1, and they relay it not in time, and that is out number 1. Ahead of the throw there is second.
93.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria. Sanabria coming in, ready to get going here tonight. It ain't tonight. It's the afternoon, John. Where are you? Yeah, just major looked. I'm just making sure you're paying attention, buddy. Here's the 0-1. That one high and outside is 1-1. Luke Fox now at 13 pitches. He's the starter today for the Drillers. And that is going to be high fly in the air, straightaway center. And that is out number 2. San Antonio early lead
Number 22.
in a 1-0 game as we get going here this Wednesday afternoon. Acuna, Roberts, and Salas will be the lead on 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian, middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castagnon will round it out here for the afternoon. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up for San Antonio. 4 games left out of this 6-game set. Don't forget, we are live tomorrow night, 7:05, for Thursday night baseball, Friday and Saturday night games as well. Don't forget, post-game fireworks on Friday and Saturday as we present them by Dr. Pepper, and for our teams out here in the Texas League that has a Saturday night having fun with fireworks. High flying in the air up to center, and that will do it. The inning is over. But Kai Roberts on the RBI single will bring in a run for San Antonio as we lead to the bottom of the first inning, and it's 1-0 Missions. About set to go for the bottom half of the Drillers' first inning right now in the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, today Justin Yeager will get on the mound for San Antonio's a right-hander, I should say. 96 on a four-seam splitter slider and a two-seam fastball. Coming in for the San Antonio Missions as we get ready to go here today. Sean McLean, the shortstop, coming up now for the Drillers here in Game 2. Boy, a big crowd we have here on this fine afternoon. That one is found. The count now 0-1. Game 3 tomorrow night, 7:05. Our first pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And that's a swing and a miss. Blew it right by him for the out. And the first strikeout going to Justin Yeager. And that will do for one away. McLean, Nevin, DePaula will be the leadoff three. Hope, Keith, and Decker middle. Sirota, Young, and Lockwood Powell will round it out here in Game 2 of the six-game homestand. Kyle Nevin coming in now as he'll swing and a miss. Boy, flip of the bat. Neat trick for Kyle Nevin. Did you see that, Bob? Yeah, that was pretty neat. He could catch that with one hand. Oh, boy. Here's the 0-2 in the count. So no balls and two strikes. Wind up and the pitch. That's right there. And that is through for a left field base hit. So Tulsa getting their first hit. And it looks like we're going to have an injury on the field. Francisco Acuna has suffered a very serious ankle injury, possibly even a season ender. Acuna will be removed from the game and may need to be on crutches for an extended period of time. So, oh man, well that's not good. So we are going to go with Clay Dungan. Man, Francisco Acuna, boy, that is one way to get out of the ball game. And they say he could be out for the rest of the year. But our thoughts and prayers to him as he goes through a ankle surgery. Or maybe they need to go do a MRI on him. Here's the 1-0, and that's in for the strike. The count now at 1-1. Runner at first. Here in this one, here's the pitch. That is high fly in the air, straightaway right field. And that is out number 2. Clay Dungan will be the shortstop covering for Francisco Acuna. And yes, our thoughts and prayers to him here today as we say a prayer and say, hey, dear Lord, just help him return back home and return back to the ball game, and hopefully things will be better. But Acuna has been removed out of this ball game on a severe injury, and he will be going to the Tulsa Metropolitan Hospital to get an MRI to see whether or not if the ankle is broken. But anyway, thoughts and prayers to him here today. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. We got to keep him, the ball club of San Antonio. That is the first injury of 2026, and it's not looking good if he stays out for maybe a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a whole lot longer in the season as we go forward. Well, one inning in the books as San Antonio leading this one on this Wednesday afternoon. So no runs on a hit, no errors for Tulsa as we lead off the second inning coming up on this Wednesday afternoon game here today. Now set to go for the top half of the second inning. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Albert Fabian coming up now, 6-7-8, due up against Luke Fox, as he will get going for the San Antonio Missions. No balls, one strike, and the pitch. And that is popped foul. The count now 0-2. Thoughts and prayers to Francisco Acuna, our shortstop here for San Antonio, as he exited this ball game way too early due to a severe ankle injury. No balls, two strikes. And the pitch is outside, and the count now 1-2. Do you think he could be out for a whole couple, 4 weeks or so? I don't know there, Bob. But evidently, we will definitely keep him in our prayers and keep his family in our prayers. And so far, hope that it's nothing serious. Not broken, I sure hope not. Well, that would be bad if it was. Do you know if I told you the story about my dad falling down a ladder one time? Ooh, tell me about it. Well, evidently, my dad, he was trying to get on the roof of the house, and so far, he missed a step. Ooh. Yeah, and he went tumbling down the ladder, and yeah, he was told by his doctor there in San Angelo, or Brady, wherever he went to go have his ankle looked at. The doctor told him, hey, you need to stay off the ladder, you need to stay off the roof, and you need to do whatever you can to stay off that foot. And so anyway, my dad, he had to use a wheelchair, crutches, all types of things. He didn't like it. He hated it. He was like, oh, this is boring. I hate this, Oh, I get your meaning. My dad, way back then, he probably did the same thing. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's a first. But anyway, yeah, true story. Happened last year. And I even told my dad, I was like, Dad, you don't need to be climbing up on that ladder at your age, You're 72 years old. You don't need to be doing that. Yeah, you're a good son. You're protecting your dad. Well, heck, I try to be a good son, But evidently, as a knucklehead as he is, I tell you. Hey, well, that's not a very nice thing to say there, John. Well, I mean, from a certain point of view, I don't think my dad should be getting up on the ladder. And that's going to be lofted high in the air, straightaway center. And there's out number 3. So that will do for this half inning. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. We're 2.5 this afternoon, and the Missions lead it by 1. So we'll go with Damon Keith as he'll get in and ready to go as we head for the bottom of the second inning on this Wednesday afternoon. Now set to go for the bottom of the second. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Damon Keith coming in now, 5-6-7, due up in the middle half of the Driller order. Get ready to go. And that one is a high pop-up first base, getting after it. And that is Sanabria getting after it, which is pretty good for him, as that was a high pop-up right there, as you can see it. And boy, tell you one thing, that was a real neat play just coming in. Cameron Decker, the 6-hole batter, coming in with swing and a miss. Again, seeing that bat flip, but it's pretty good. Hey, do you ever watch Banana Ball? Oh, yeah. You'd have the party animals and, everybody in the audience, the baseball group, they would be dancing to music. Well, we definitely have that coming to San Antonio in next month, and so far pretty good on that. Yeah, for 2 days only. Get your tickets now at TexasLeagueBaseball.com, and you can watch them be funny on the field, do backflips, all types of stuff. They're just amazing. The party animals, they would do something really cool. Yeah, they definitely would be doing a lot of crazy stunts, but kids, don't try it at home. That is for sure. Stay safe when you're out there, dance around, have a good time, and yeah, just be like, oh cool, let's get these guys on video and show our kids one day what these guys could do. Well, 2 down as Cameron Decker just got struck out by San Antonio starter Justin Yeager. And so far pretty good on that. Mike Sirota coming in as that's an inside strike, and the count now 0-1. San Antonio in front of this game. It's 1-0. Man, I tell you what, it's starting to be a pretty good game here in Drillerville. Partly cloudy with this shade coming in, which that's pretty nice. Fouled off in the way. The count now 0-2. So a few hours before Northwest Arkansas and Springfield give a go. All right, at 4:45 p.m. this afternoon. So far, pretty good. Continuing onward here today. 1-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that is out number 3. The side is retired. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Tulsa as we head to the 3rd inning. San Antonio leading it 1-0. So pretty good afternoon here as we get ready to go. Marcos Castañon getting set to go for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the top half of the 3rd. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. 9-hole hitter Marcos Castañon coming in as he'll take a strike inside. Welcome you back to baseball here in Tulsa. As we get into the 3rd inning here on this Wednesday afternoon, here at the ballpark, game 2 of our 6-game series against the San Antonio Missions. No balls, 2 strikes, and that is a ground ball straight away up to the second base. We'll throw him out at first, and that's a quick out number 1. Shortstop is Clay Dungan, filling in for our injured teammate here today. Francisco Acuna. So far, hopefully Acuna is not going to be out, but an MRI will get going. But if he's out for 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 weeks, then, well, maybe he'll come back hopefully within a month and he'll be good as new. Well, how long did it take for your dad's ankle to heal up? Well, it took my dad about 2 months. Well, that's going to be a line drive straightaway left center field base hit. And Clay Duncan getting up there with a 1-out double. Jeez, that is pretty good line drive hit right there, John. Yeah, it sure is. That's going to bring in Ty Roberts. Roberts coming in, ready to go, and the pitch is in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Roberts 1 for 1 RBI single in the first inning. I'm going to say a beautiful Wednesday afternoon gets things going as we're midway through the week. The weekend is about 2 more days ahead of us. And right there, called third strike, and that is out number 2. And the first strikeout going towards Luke Fox. So Thursday and Friday. So spend your weekend with us here at good old Tulsa, Oklahoma. And that is outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. Salas was inherited a fielder's choice in 0 for 1. And it was a pretty good night for him thus far. Just getting going here. And gotta say, it is a pretty good day for this game here in Tulsa. That's right there, straight away short, and that does it. McLean will cut it off, and that is the side retired in the third half of the inning for San Antonio. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Missions as we head now bottom of 3. And it's 1-0 San Antonio. Taylor Young coming up to bat when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the third, right now the Drillers Baseball Network. Taylor Young, 8-9-1, due up against Justin Yeager here this afternoon. We'll take that in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. 0-1 delivery, and that's a high pop-up straightaway right field. Carpathios under it, making the play, and there's out number 1. Griffin Lockwood Powell coming up now. Got a female voice on the intercom. We welcome our new member. That's Andreen Robertson. Welcome, Andreen. She come in and, boy, she's starting her first day on the job as that other guy getting that day off or two. No, he definitely deserves it after all the hard work he does. That is right there, high in the air, up to the right field, and the right fielder, Carpathios, will take it himself for the out, and there's two down.
Number 24.
Sean McLean, 0 for 1, a strikeout. Coming up now for Tulsa. And that is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Did your dad really get bit by a toe-biting dog? Oh, yeah. That dog would go hide under the kitchen table and wait to sneak attack him and stuff. Very funny. High in the air straight away. Second base gets into center, and that's it. Makes the play for the out, inning over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Tulsa as we go to the fourth. San Antonio out in front, 1-0. So get ready to go for the bottom half or top half of the fourth inning with Romeo Sanabria laying it off for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the fourth inning right now for San Antonio, the Drillers Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria coming in, 4, 5, and 6, due up against Luke Fox on this Wednesday afternoon, and the slider is down and outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Partly cloudy conditions, blue sky. Humidity as well is high. After the recent rain we've had here in downtown Tulsa during yesterday around 3 p.m. Drillers getting that 5-1 victory for a Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, I should say. The game ended around about 2 o'clock. And that is foul. The count now 2-2. Starting off today at 12:05. Which that is pretty good for both of these two teams. Braden Carpathios, the right fielder, waits on deck. Full count now for Romeo Sanabria. The 3-2. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a straight line shot to center field for a base hit. Boy, Romeo Sanabria does pretty good when it comes to a line drive base hit, and so forwardly, he's just a pretty good prospect. Yeah, he has been. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up. Trying to get something going, and that is going to get in for a strike. The count now 0-1. It's a fly out. The last time up is 0 for 1 to this right fielder. And he's going. And he's going to get out right ahead of the throw. And boy, they thought they could get him up to second safely. And there's a drone shot right there. He could have been in safely, but the second base umpire said he was out. Right, apply the tag. And that's out number 2. Braden Carpathios getting down for the second strikeout, and there's 2 down. Designated hitter Albert Fabian coming in. And the pitch is right there and in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. 0 for 1 by Albert Fabian here today. 6-hole batter for San Antonio. He'll get in. That's a high pop-up straightaway center, and that is out number 3, and that will quickly retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left on for San Antonio. 4.5. The Mission's up by 1. So set to go is Kyle Nevin. DePaula and Hope will come as we go for the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Bottom half of the 4th inning set to go right now. The Drillers Baseball Network. Well, here is Kyle Nevin. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Tulsa Drillers here. As about set to go, and that one's going to be well hit, foul, and the count now 0-1. A lot of sun and clouds mix as we have shadows. And that is going to get foul. The count now 0-2. Game going by quickly as the first 3 innings of play here today for the Drillers has been nothing but goose eggs. They've been really going up 3 down, 3 up innings here in this one. San Antonio leading this game 1-0. You mean, as you recall, it could be 3 up, 3 down innings. Well, thank you for correcting me there, Bob. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Blew it right by Kyle Nevin for the out.
Number 95.
And you look at Justin Yeager, a 4-seam of 58%, splitter 19, slider at 14, and 8% for the pitches that he's going with. I mean, so far, it's pretty good. Here is Josu DePaula as he comes in. He's 0 for 1 of today. He'll foul that one off in the count now 0-1. The 0-1. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Well, tomorrow evening, 7:05 through Saturday night, Sunday at 1:05, as we get ready after that ball game to head back to San Antonio. And right there, that's out number 2.
Now batting. Right fielder.
Mission's taking on a 12-game homestand. They'll take on the Rockhounds and Windsurge for that 12-game at-home series. Boy, and it's also your birthday coming up in 9 days, isn't it? Yeah, that is for sure. Zephyr Hope coming in, and that's going to be foul. The count now 0-1. 0 for 1 strikeout by Hope as he comes in. It's ready to go. And the pitch. That one is a high fly in the air, straight away up to left. The left fielder, Kai Murphy, will run it down, and that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Tulsa as we head for the 5th. San Antonio up by 1. Rosemond Verdugo will lead it off when we approach the 5th inning straight ahead. Now set to go for the top of the fifth. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Rosemond Verdugo coming in now as that's a pitch inside for a strike. And it's 0-1. Underway, fifth inning here on this Wednesday afternoon. And that is a high pop-up straightaway foul. And the count now at 0-2. Fox at 57 pitches for the Drillers here this afternoon, and that's going to get close to hitting him. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good thing Mother Nature's letting us play baseball. What do you think, Bob? Gotta say, it's really good to see something like that go on. That is for sure. Like the severe weather we saw yesterday, that was wicked. Yeah, I gotta say, John, for the Tuesday, that was pretty wild. Kai Murphy coming in now as that's a high pop-up straight away behind the catcher. And that is a wasted opportunity as that will go down for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, number 94.
Lockwood Powell is the catcher for Tulsa, and Marcos Castañon coming in for the San Antonio Missions. But we'll say Mills and Robertson, two right-handers coming in for the Drillers. Boy, Francisco Acuna.
That's a ball.
Evidently getting down, and now the ball game only served 1 inning here today. So the call is overturned. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Well, most evidently, with an MRI check, that would be pretty good as well for Francisco Acuna. But evidently, you know, it's not that serious. I mean, if you look at what happened, but evidently our thoughts and prayers to Acuna during this time, you know, playing the shortstop position, and that's going to be right there and out of this ballpark.
No, that's foul.
Never mind. That is foul, just outside the foul pole. And that is a called third strike, and that is the third out, and the side is retired. No runs on no hits, no errors, and we head now bottom of the fifth. San Antonio 1, Drillers nothing. Damon, Keith, Decker, and Sirota will lead it off in the bottom of the fifth when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the fifth. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Justin Yeager starts his fifth inning of work here for San Antonio. And that one by Damon Keith gets him on for a straight shot to center field for the base hit.
First baseman, number 21.
Well, Yeager giving up 2 hits, struck out 6 now at 42 pitches. And so far, that looks to be it for Justin Yeager. Andrew Dahlquist is going to get put in this game in relief for San Antonio as, well, here comes the manager, as that's going to do for the San Antonio Mission starter, Justin Yeager. He pitched one heck of a performance here, and
Andrew Dahlquist.
gotta say, Dahlquist now going to take over the mound for San Antonio, and that's going to be a pretty good idea for this manager position. Dahlquist now pitching for San Antonio as he'll greet up face the Cameron Decker for the Drillers. That's going to be high fly in the air straight away in time, and there is out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder, number 8.
Center fielder Mike Sirota coming in. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout. Well, if you're enjoying this Wednesday afternoon, we're glad you are. You come out to the ball game, and don't forget, come out tomorrow evening for Thursday night baseball. Drillers taking on San Antonio. Flying Chanclas looking pretty good if they come in tomorrow. Well, that would be a pretty good idea there, John. No, it sure would be. Yeah, it's starting to be a sun and clouds type evening. And here's the 0-2. Right there, swing and a miss.
Now batting,
Blew it right by him.
number 22.
And that's going to bring up number 22, Taylor Young. As that's going to be outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. 0 for 1 fly out by the second baseman Young here today. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be foul. And the count now 1-1. Fifth inning, a 1-0 San Antonio lead here in this game. And that's going to be right there, line straight to left field. And that's another runner getting on.
Now batting, catcher, Griffin Lockwood Powell.
Griffin Lockwood Powell coming in. As he fouls that one off, and the count now at 0-1. Clouds will clear out by early evening as we go along the way. And the pitch is in for the ball, and the count now 1-1. So evidently, we'll look at the forecast for Tulsa as we go the next couple of days, and temperatures will get down to the 60s and cloudy conditions. So we'll have gray skies as we go through tomorrow and Friday. Saturday 71, Sunday as we'll wrap it up with San Antonio, an 80-degree day, which that would be pretty good with sunny conditions. Well, that's going to do for that, as the San Antonio Missions will strike out the fifth inning. And we are on our way to the sixth as we get ready to go for San Antonio right after our commercial messages here today. Boys, we look at the halfway point of this baseball game on the Wednesday afternoon. And gotta say, it is starting to become a pretty good day for us here at the ballpark. There in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we're joining the booth.
Now pitching.
We're going to have Wyatt Mills as he'll come in. Four seam slider, two seam, a three choice to choose from type deal. Always good to see some pretty good prospects. We now head for the sixth inning as the shortstop Clay Dungan getting in. We lead off the sixth inning for San Antonio, and that is right there, pass to the pitcher and up to first as they'll throw Clay Dungan out of the game with a one pitch hopper to the first base area for the out number one. Oh, you hear fans saying, let's go Tulsa. Ty Roberts coming in, and that's going to be downstairs. It's one ball and no strikes. Ryan and Robertson warming up as right-handers will come in. So far, so good here today as, boy, a lot of clouds and sun. And gotta say, not a bad idea that we're getting a lot of much-needed shade as we get going here today. But you look at Thursday and Friday, cloud cover is up to 100%. So it'll be gray skies as we go through those evenings. But most evidently going pretty good. That is straight away high in the air up to center field. And the center fielder will take it himself for the out, and that's out number two.
Now batting. Catcher.
I gotta say, it's always nice to have the sun and clouds mixed together. It makes a little finesse of our baseball game looking a little bit better. That is for sure, Bob. Ethan Salas coming in with two down. And that's a foul off right there. The count now 0-1. Well, so far, we are probably at 1:30 or close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we are 2:15 on this Wednesday. Wow. That one's going to be high fly and foul. And the count now 0-2. Anyway, Springfield and Northwest Arkansas will go. Arkansas, Wichita, Frisco, and Corpus Christi. San Antonio and Tulsa just about almost done as everybody goes from the bottom half of the sixth to the top half of the seventh innings is ready to go. McLean, Nevin, DePaula will lead it off for Tulsa when we come back on this Wednesday afternoon. So bottom of the sixth, San Antonio leading it this Wednesday afternoon. It's 1-0 San Antonio when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the sixth. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. We're here with Sean McLean as the leadoff batter comes in for Tulsa, and he'll swing and a miss. And the count now, 0-1. No balls, one strike from Andrew Dahlquist as that is fouled off. And the count now at 0-2. Yeah, about 40% of the sky is covered with clouds and the sun, which that is pretty good. That's high fly in the air straightaway up to right field. The second baseman gets over. Castagnon getting after that and gets it for the out. That's going to bring in Kyle Nevin. That is high, deep to left field, and that is gone. And we are tied. 424 foot over 104 mile per hour exit velocity. A well-struck baseball. I bet there's some kids over there just going after that ball. Right off the building as that literally just hit with a loud thud. And here is Josu DePaula as he comes in, and he's going to hit that one high in the air straight away up to first base. And that is out number 2. Man, that is rough around the edges when you think about how far you could go with that thing. Here is Zypher Hope as that's going to be downstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Strikeout and a flyout. 1 ball and no strikes to count and the pitch. And did he go? Yep. Boom. Well, he went down and got in for a strike, and the count now is 1-1. Whew. He had a tiger by the tail going after that pitch. Well, he sure did. Right there, second baseman Castagnon will flip it to first, and that is the side retired. But 1 run in to score on a solo shot. And we head for the 7th inning. It's tied at 1-1. So we'll be right back as Romeo Sanabria gets ready to go as we head for the bottom or top half of the 7th inning straight ahead. Now set to go for the 7th inning right now for the Drillers Baseball Network. Top half of the 7th inning for San Antonio. Here is Romeo Sanabria. First baseman today for the Mission says he'll take a ball outside. It's the count now 1-0. Boy, fans really enjoy the drillers. How do you like that? That's a ground ball straight away up to second, to first, and Sanabria is down for the out. That's going to bring in right fielder Braden Carpathios. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be down and outside for a ball. And the count now at 1-0. Here's the 1-1, and that's downstairs. The count now 2-1. 2-1. Here's the pitch, and that's right there. Gloved by the first baseman for the out. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Albert Fabian. Fabian ready to go here in this one. And that's going to be in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Any word on Francisco Acuna? I think he wrote, he sent a message even to us here in the booth. Acuna says, "Dear Jonathan and Bob, we are at the hospital right now doing MRIs. And so far we are awaiting results, whether if it's broken or not, or if I need crutches or not. Just keep me in y'all's prayers." And so far he left a smiley face, a heart, and heart for San Antonio as well. So everybody in San Antonio, please share your love for Francisco Acuna, as we'll find out results hopefully sooner or later. Albert Fabian coming in, as that's going to be a line drive straight up to left field for the base hit. So one more out to go, and still another batter to come up to bat. But anyway, we're definitely keeping Francisco Acuna in our prayers as we go through this one, and just depends how long he will be out, but most definitely he'll keep us informed, as he said in his text message. And so far the managers and the coaching staff and everybody, like Acuna, he's a pretty good guy. I mean, he just needs to go to the hospital, get an MRI, and see if it's broken or not. Yeah, I gotta agree, but hopefully it's not broken. Well, anyways, that will do for this half inning, and so far we now head for the bottom of the seventh, straight ahead, and we are tied at 1-1. So we'll be ready to go, as Damon Keith will lead it off for Tulsa when we come back. Well, hope you guys are having a good time having your seventh inning stretch. And it's time for us to get to the ballpark with John Baker as he gets us going. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. And gotta say, Damon Keith coming in as we lead off the bottom half of the seventh inning for Tulsa. And that's a ground ball straight away. Second right there as Sanabria gets it from Castagnon. And that is one down.
Number 21.
Cameron Decker 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Sun and clouds mixed on a day like this. I'm just happy there ain't no severe weather. Tornadoes, large hail, destructive winds, cloud to ground lightning, heavy rain. Just not a good thing when you see all of that. But all knowingly, we're not going to have that here today or next couple of days. It'd be nice and cool and cloud cover. Here's the 0-2. And that is foul. So still staying alive. Decker coming in is 0 for 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And that's going to be a high pop-up straight away. Up in time, and that is out number 2.
Now batting.
Sun starting to come out once again. Mike Sirota 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. And that it's going to be high in the air foul. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, that one is foul. So still hanging on here in this ball game is the 7-hole hitter. And that one's going to be crushed. And right there, as that will go to second from Mike Sirota as he gets in. And now the tie-breaking run is now in scoring position. That's going to bring in number 22, Taylor Young. Here's the pitch. And that's a high fly ball. And that will be enough to get them out of this jam. And San Antonio will avoid danger as they will head to the top half of the 8th inning. And it's a 1-1 tie. Renan Kopp coming in now. 3 choices to choose from as he come in relief for Tulsa. And so far, a pretty good one indeed. Kai Murphy will lead it off here in the top of the 8th inning as we get ready to go. Well, our time now is 2:47. And I do believe that's right. So we are just 13 minutes to 3 as we're just about set to get this ball game taken care of for today. But so far, a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings here as we get ready to close our route here this afternoon. But so far, our score 1-1 as we head for the 8th. Top half of the eighth inning set to go for San Antonio. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Kai Murphy coming in as we set to go for the eighth here on this Wednesday afternoon. 1-1 tie here in this one, and that is fouled off. The count now 0-1. Sun coming out. Clouds. Just 30 to 40% of it is just partly cloudy conditions, but just not a lot of clouds and stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. No balls, 2 strikes. That one high and outside is 1-2. McDaniels and Duran, a lefty and a righty getting loose out there in the Drillers bullpen. Well, so far, pretty good. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that is high in the air. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, number 94.
Second baseman is Marcos Castañon. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Here is the pitch, and that is popped foul. The count now 0-1. So, John, we got an update on Francisco Acuna. Okay, well, let's hear it. Says they're going to keep him out for 5 to 6 weeks on that leg. And it looks like I don't think anything is broken, but it is sore. The doctors told him that it could be 5 to 6 weeks, maybe a month or so, but most evidently, he's gonna be okay. Well, ain't that a blessing? Now, Francisco Acuna, pretty much went to the emergency room, get an MRI, and they found out that nothing was broken. So that is good to hear, Bob. Thank you for sharing that with everybody. And we wish Francisco Acuna on a speedy recovery. So anyway, Francisco, you stay home or do whatever you need to do, evidently he is going to be on crutches and stuff. So, get some ice, swelling goes down, all types of stuff. 7,383 in today's game. And so far, pretty good. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th inning for San Antonio. And the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, and that is right outside. And that will end the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for San Antonio as we head for the bottom of the 8th. And it's 1-1 tie. So we'll be back as the catcher, Griffin Lockwood Powell, will get things started for the Drillers. About set to go for the bottom half of the eighth inning. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. 9-1-2 due up against Andrew Dahlquist as we'll lead off the bottom half of the eighth inning on this Wednesday afternoon. That one will miss outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Drillers trying to find a way to come back and put San Antonio down to their last 3 outs. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be right there up to the shortstop. Clay Dungan will get it straight to Sanabria, as that is out number 1. Oh, you're practicing on your names. I think you know the prospects of the San Antonio roster. That is for sure. Sean McClain coming in as he'll take that one outside as 1 ball and no strikes. This day fixing to wrap up here in the second game of our 6-game series. Want everybody to come back tomorrow evening, 7:05. Our first pitch gates open at 6 o'clock. I'll make sure you guys get your tickets at drillersbaseball.com. 2-0. And that is high fly in the air, foul. And the count now 2-1. Don't forget to download Bally Live and YouTube Live as well. Watch us on the go wherever we may be. Whether we're taking on anybody in the Texas League, you can follow your favorite ball clubs anywhere your little heart wants to. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Sean McClain, and that's a swing and a miss. Blew it right by him for the 3rd strikeout for Andrew Dahlquist. Boy, really good as he struck out McClain. And so far, he's got it going. That is for sure there, Bob. Kyle Nevin coming in is ready to go. And that is in for the strike, and the count now 0-1. 2 for 3, a home run, single, RBI, and a run. The 0-1, and that's a high pop-up straightaway left field. Moving under it is Kai Murphy as he'll get it, and that will do for the half inning is over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Tulsa. 9th inning coming up, and we're deadlocked at 1. So Kai Roberts coming in, Salas and Sanabria will be right behind the top of the 9th inning for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the top half of the ninth inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Guy Roberts coming in as we lead off the ninth inning for San Antonio. Thank you, Bob. And that's in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Last inning of the day here at Drillerville. DCJ Field here in Oklahoma. And that is going to be well struck. That is deep by center fielder Roberts. And he's going to get down for the base hit, and that's a run in second scoring position. Man, that guy really struck it hard. Yeah, I know it, Bob. He really came through on that pitch and really put it straight away. And so far, our drone really looking pretty good there for the drone camera. And that is really good. Here is Ethan Salas as he'll come in and take that one. And the count now 0-1. 0 for 3 strikeout lineout. The fielder's choice that he had through the ball game. Boy, sun starting to come out. Clouds are starting to easily thicken out. But most definitely it's starting to become a nice afternoon. Well, temperature-wise is about 70 degrees, not terribly hot. Yeah, I know it. Here is the 1-2, and that is right there. Hit the short, or actually hit the second, I should say. And that's up to first for the out, so there's one down. Runner at third, that's the tie-breaking run. Romeo Sanabria, 1 for 3 single, could get something going here tonight. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a high fly in the air. And that ain't going to be enough to get that runner home, as that would be a pickoff play. Don't forget our live stream tomorrow night, 7:05. Drillers, a 3-game series, or third of the 6-game set against San Antonio and Steph. This is the 5th meetup of the year between the two against San Antonio and Tulsa. Garrett McDaniels coming in, ERA of 5.91, a 12% strikeout, 346 over a 267.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
Braden Carpathios coming in. Boy, Missions have 2 outs, a runner at third. And that is going to be well hit, struck, and that is foul. So the count now at 0-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that's the count now 0-2. One more chance to get it going here. And that is outside. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. And that is chopped foul. Runner holding on at third. That is right there. Ground ball. Straight to first in time. And that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio as we head for the bottom half of the 9th inning. And it's DePaula Hope Keith will lead it for the Tulsa Drillers. So we'll be ready to go as Josu DePaula will lead it off for the Drillers. And it's a 1-1 tie here in Tulsa. About set for the bottom of the ninth. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, Jesus DePaula coming in now as we lead off the bottom of the ninth inning for Tulsa. And the pitch, that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Join us tomorrow night, 7:05, our first pitch against the San Antonio Missions. And that is right there, straightaway center, and that is through for that base hit. Winning run now at first.
Right fielder, number 94.
And boy, the Tulsa Drillers winning yesterday 5-1. They could come back and win it here today if they wanted to. Boy, the home crowd going crazy here today.
Ball.
Zypher Hope coming in. And that's a count now. 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 3, strikeout, fly out, and a ground out. The pitch. And that's going to be well crushed. Right to the wall. And boy, a few more inches, and that would have been a 2-run shot, and that would have won it for Tulsa, hands down. Damon Keith coming in, the designated hitter. 1 for 3 today.
Ball 1.
And that one is high and outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. Wednesday afternoon baseball. Glad you've joined us here today for our 9-inning contest between the two of these clubs. San Antonio from San Antonio, Texas. Tulsa from the downtown area of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Gotta absolutely love the idea to go visit one day. Especially when we barely have that time to. That's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And here he comes. And San Antonio is going to lose this one today as the Drillers will walk it off here in the bottom of the ninth. They'll win their 16th of the season. And San Antonio down 10-13 as they will lose to Tulsa, and the festivities of today come to an end. What a way to get things going, winning it by a final score of 2-1. Wow, gotta say, that's 2 games that the Drillers won. They won Tuesday and now Wednesday games. What's that right there? Pretty good. That is for sure there, Bob. Anyway, gotta say, we are happy that you joined us here today. And just to say that we've had a pretty good day playing baseball, and so far our first pitch for Thursday is at 7:05. So hope you guys could join us. Feel pretty good on that. Well, anyway. Man, 10-13 for San Antonio. The Drillers now up 16-7 as they claim today. And so far, pretty good. Anyway, our two teams return back at the ballpark tomorrow evening for Game 3 of this 6-game series. Andrew Dahlquist is the loss for San Antonio. Kyle Nevin is 2 for 4, a home run, an RBI. Garrett McDaniels coming in, and he came in relief and got the save. So pretty good on that one as we wrap up the evening. Anyway, gotta say, we started at 12:05, and it is now 3:30 So our time, 4 hours and 15 minutes here in this one. So anyway, it's been a perfectly good Wednesday afternoon for us here. And so far, we're just glad that you guys came out and had a good day with us. Anyway, our final score after Tulsa walks it off here in Game 2. The Tulsa Drillers 2 and the San Antonio Missions 1. That is a 2-game losing streak for San Antonio and a 2-game winning streak for Tulsa, which that right there is pretty good. So yeah, anyway, gonna be a pretty interesting day tomorrow as we'll get things ready to rock and roll for a Thursday. Now, I will say Thursday is the last day of April. So anyway, it's going to be pretty good. Well, for Thursday night, 6:35 for Arkansas and Wichita, 6:35 for Frisco and Corpus Christi, 7 o'clock for San Antonio, Tulsa, Amarillo, Midland, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas. So anyway, yeah, everybody is getting a late start to the night games. And yeah, so far pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say it would be a late start. It would be an early evening start. 6:35 to 7 o'clock and 7:05 starts for most of everybody as we get going for a Thursday evening. Anyway, our final score here today, San Antonio gets beat again, 2-1. Drillers will take the win here in Game 2. So, gotta say, what a day that was. But anyway, yeah, a little cool front coming in. Sun and clouds mix with temperature 69 to 70 degrees here today at the ballpark. And so far, that is pretty good. Well, anyway, as we close out this Wednesday afternoon, we hope and pray that we'll see you guys back later on for another game. And we are going to be back here the ballpark for Thursday night baseball. And yeah, I do believe the Flying Chanclas will be in town. So, gotta say, we'll have a pretty good night as we get going. Anyway, we hope and pray that we'll see y'all again. Again. I tell you what. Oh, you said that so many times, I don't know what to say except turn my head and look like a puppy. I mean, yeah, you look... Okay, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, but anyway. Well, anyway, guys, y'all have a good rest of your afternoon, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night. 7:05, our first pitch against San Antonio, and so far, y'all get home safely.